Hi, I'm Brittany, one of the knitting instructors here at Jimmy Beans Wool, and today we're going to do block 3 of the Cascade Knitterati Gradient Lapghan kit. This video will be broken up into 2 parts. The first part will be the lattice border, and the second part will be a crown, which is in the middle of the block. If you want to jump ahead and check out certain techniques, look at our description box below, and that'll have timestamps of every technique. Alright, let's get started. For block 3, this is what your entire block is going to look like. You have a really nice lattice pattern and you have this awesome crown in the middle of it. And we're using the Cascade 220 Superwash Merino in the color 55 Arctic Ice. And I already started knitting some of it, so that way you can see the pattern. And you'll see these long strands. And for this one, you're going to start on the wrong side of the pattern. And I already knit, so I did rows 1 through 6, so we're going to start on 7. And I'm using the Knitter's Pride bamboo circular needles in the US size 8. We'll also need a cable needle, so I'm using the Knitter's Pride cable needle. Okay. So for this part, it's telling you to go ahead and do your edging. So I'm just going to slip my first stitch purlwise, and then I'm going to purl once, and then purl 3 times, 2, 3. And here's your new technique, and it's going to be purl and wrapping the yarn twice. So when you purl, you're going to purl like normal, but then you're going to wrap the yarn once more and then purl. So now you see that you have 2 strands right there. And it wants you to do it again. Once, twice. Okay, and then you'll knit 4, or purl 4. And then do your purl wrap twice. And then do it again. Purl 4. And we'll get some slack here. And then your purl wrap twice. Purl 4. Purl wrap twice. Again. And then it's telling you to purl 4 again. And on my last one, I'm going to slip it just to keep the edging nice. 2, 3, and then slip. So now that we're on our right side row, which is row 8, it wants us to knit 4. And then we're going to slip 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip into that first one purlwise, and we're going to drop off that second purl that we wrapped with. So drop it off, and it makes this long line. We'll do the same thing to the other one. Okay, and then we'll knit 4. Let me get my tail out of the way. And again, we're coming up to those slips. So we're going to slip that one, dropping that other line. It'll drop naturally. do it again. There's 2 more lines, and then knit 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, 1, 2, 4, slip again, and we'll knit to the end. So you can see these lines right there, they're much longer than the other ones. And we'll turn it, so we're on our wrong side row, row 9. I'm going to slip my first stitch. And then we're going to purl 3. Okay. And now we're going to slip with the yarn in front because we're on our wrong side row. So keep that yarn in front and slip your yarn. And then we're going to slip the next one. And then we're going to purl 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip, slip, spread it out so I have some more room, get more slack here. So I knit the last 4 and then I'm going to slip, slip, and I'm going to purl 3, and I'm going to slip that last one. So on to row 10. Get up. And this time when we're slipping, it'll tell you on the right side row. When you're slipping, you're going to keep the yarn in back. So for 10, we'll go ahead and knit 4. Slip, holding the yarn in back, slip again, knit 4, slip, slip, and we're on 2 slips. Slip. And we'll knit to the end. You can see those lines are getting longer. Row 11, we're going to slip that first one, purl, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to keep it, because we are on our wrong side, we're going to keep it up front and then slip again, and then purl 4. slip with yarn in front. And you'll notice that on our next row, you'll start to get that pattern again. So you'll start to see your pattern kind of forming since we have these long strands, but we want them to like go in. So you'll see next row, you'll see how we finish it up. So we're on 2 slips. Row 12. Now we're going to knit 2. And then we're going to cable, and it's our 3-stitch right cable. And for your 3-stitch right cable, you're going to slip 2 stitches onto your cable needle and hold it in the back of your work, because that'll make it go to the right. So hold it in the back, you can let it hang there. And then we're going to knit 1 from your left needle, go back to your cable needle, and knit the 2 stitches that are on there. And don't put it down because we have to do our left one. And for your left one, you're going to slip 1, and you'll hold it up in front, and you'll knit 2 off of your left needle. Oop, it fell out. But good thing that loop is so long. You can just slip it right back on. And then knit 1 off of there. Now you can see it's making kind of like a cool X, and that's your lattice pattern. So we'll do it again. So now we have to do our right again. So for your right, we'll slip 2 stitches. It's a little bit awkward. Hold it in back. Knit 1 from your left, 2 from the cable, okay. Now let's do our left cable. Slip 1 stitch onto your cable, hold it. I'm going to hold it with my thumb. And at the same time, get more yarn. Knit 2 from your left needle. And then knit 1 off your cable. So we're going to continue that pattern till the end. So slip 2, hold it in back for your right cable, knit 1, knit 2 off of the cable, slip 1, let's hold it, two off your left, 1 from your right, or 1 from your cable. And this is our last one, or our last section. Slip 2, hold it in back, knit 1, knit 2 from cable, our left, hold one stitch up front on your cable. And then knit 2. And there you go. And that's the lattice part of your pattern. You'll see that on the top and bottom of your pattern and also on the sides. And then we'll move to our crown. All right, now we're ready to do our crown part of the pattern. And I already started knitting 2 rows, and I'm going to do row 22 because it has all of the stitches that I wanted to show you today. So for this one, we're going to start by knitting 5. In our next stitch, we're going to make a bobble. And if you haven't done a bobble before, you're going to start with 1 stitch, turn it into 4, we're going to do some work on it, and then turn it back into 1 stitch. Okay? So for your bobble, you're going to knit once, but don't take it off the left needle. We're going to purl into that stitch, keeping it on, knit again, purl again, then you can take it off your left needle, and now we have 4 stitches. Then we're going to completely turn our work, and now that we're on our wrong side, we're going to purl those 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work again. We're on our right side, and we're going to knit the 4 stitches. Turn. And on this one, we're going to purl 2 together twice. So we're going to purl 2 together. Purl 2 together, turn, get our yarn situated. So now that we've decreased down to 2 stitches, we're going to knit those 2 together. And we are back down to 1. And here's your bobble. And keep that bobble out in front on the right side of your work. The next one, we're going to knit 2. And the pattern tells us knit 2 together, yarn over, twice. So we'll knit these 2 together, bring the yarn forward for our yarn over, knit 2 together, bring the yarn forward, and with your yarn over, you're creating another stitch. So it's a 1 stitch increase, so now we've added 2 more. So we're back on our yarn over, and then it says to knit 2. Then we're going to knit 2 together, yarn over twice. Here's our knit 2 together, bring the yarn forward for yarn over, knit 2 together, bring the yarn forward, then knit 1. Now we're going to yarn over. The next new stitch, it's an SK2P. And for that one, it's a slip 1, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over the knit 2 together, which will be a 2 stitch decrease. Okay, so we're going to slip 1, knit 2 together. We're going to take that slip stitch that's right there. With our left needle, you're going to pull it over that stitch. So we just pulled it over our knit 2 together. Now you have 1. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over and knit 1. So now we're going to yarn over and then slip, slip, knit, which is your SSK. So you're going to, let's do our yarn over. And this time when we're slipping, we're going to slip knitwise. So slip, slip, do it 1 at a time. Then you're going to insert your left needle into the front of those 2 stitches. So the front of the 2 stitches, and knit those 2 together. And that's your slip, slip, knit. And we're going to yarn over. We'll do it again. Slip 1, slip 2, stick your left needle into the 2 stitches, knit them together. And we're going to knit 2, and yarn over. Slip, slip. It's our SSK. Yarn over. Oh, I want to go purlwise, but we want to go knitwise. Knit 2. And here we are, we're at our bobble, so I'm going to get some slack here. So on our bobble, we're going to knit, keep it on there, purl into the same stitch, knit, purl, take it off the left needle. So we have our 4 stitches, turn your work, work, and then we're going to purl 4, turn your work, knit 4, turn your work, purl 2 together twice, so we're down to 2 stitches, turn your work, and knit 2 together. There's your next bobble. Remember to keep it up front on your right side. And the last thing to do is knit 5. So let's take a look at our bobbles now that we're at the end. Perfect. All right, you are ready to do your crown. Thanks for knitting along with me. Check back in 3 weeks for Block 4 of the Cascade Yarns Knitterati Gradient Lapgan Kits. And for more tutorials like this, check out our YouTube channel.